Okay, so today we're in the Cash App. If you haven't checked out Cash App yet, I recommend it. Download Cash App in the Play Store today. Um, for starters, I like this app a lot. It really is very useful, and you can invest as little as $1 um, per investment. So it's pretty nice. I mean, I got some decent ones. This is my little portfolio that I just kind of made up just to do an example of how things work. But for the most part, though, I mean, I'm not very good at this stock trading, day trading stuff, but just to get like a quick run by, um, let's see, hold on. Let's check out so you can see like what I spent and then how much money it's down or up. So right there, I spent $10, and then these ones are down. Every one of those I spent $10, and this one I spent a dollar, and then it went up a little bit. But the reason that there's none that are because I usually just spend $1 or $10 at a time, and the reason that there's not significant gains above $1 or above $10 or below $10 is because I just made my trades for the day, and then the market's closed right now, so I really can't do much, and things are going to be stagnant for a moment because the market's only open from 8:30 to 3 p.m. and then I have to stop. But like every day, so for instance, what I do is I will buy a stock. So say I buy this Lordstown stock. I'll buy a stock for $1. And then when my gain gets to about, I'd say, if that number 101 hits 110 or 120 maybe, then I'll sell it. If it goes below, obviously, I can't do nothing about it. Like these other ones that are stuck at $1 or below $1, they've obviously decreased in value rather than increased in value. And so those ones, I just would have to wait those out, or that's what I'm doing. Because I know I'm not going to sell unless I get more than what I initially paid for. And every day I see which of my products or stocks are doing well and are making money, and then I'll sell them and reinvest back into common stocks. Like I usually invest in just a handful of stocks, but I'll invest in some and then I'll make some money and then I'll pull it out and then I'll reinvest back into the other ones. And it's been working significantly fine. I mean, I'm not the greatest at this by no means, but I'm learning very fast, and I mean it gives you breakdown of kind of what everything is, like how much money you've spent, and the reason it says I got 272 invested is because I cash out and I reinvest. So this realized gain right here is what you've actually made off the stocks that you've sold already, that you've like sold. And it was like $3 or $4, but then I made a bad sell. I got nervous when the stock fell low, and I sold a little early, so I lost a couple of dollars there. So I would have had a higher realized gain. And then the unrealized gain is what your stocks are currently valued at, and the difference between the value price that you paid for those stocks and the value that they actually are now. So this is the realized and unrealized gain, how much you actually earned and how much your stocks are valued at. So I mean, I'm not doing the greatest right now, 284, down 1%, but I mean, considering everything that I invested, I'm only down 1% in the stock market. And this is my first couple weeks. I'm doing pretty good here. So just, there's my chart. If you hold this down, you can kind of see how it kind of fluctuates throughout the day. And when I make trades, you'll see purchases, and these little dots are purchases and trades for the day. As you see, I'll make purchases and trades throughout the day, and usually I do all right. I mean, right now the market went down a little bit, and it usually does at the end of the day. But what I see for the most part on my trend is that I'll start off, or I'll do kind of poorly in the beginning of the day, and then around noon or so it'll spike, and then I'll start decreasing slightly before 3 p.m. So I try to either buy or sell at the beginning or end of the day, and then I like to hold in the middle. So, well, I like to sell in the middle. I'm sorry. So I like to buy in the beginning or the end of the day, and I like to sell in the middle of the day, preferably if that works out for me. But it usually does so far. I mean, like right now, certain stocks do fairly well. Like Tesla's down right now, but it will bounce back. It's very, very common that it bounces back. It's just something that I usually do. Like Nikola is a competitor company. They are down a little bit right now, but it's not much, and they usually pick back up. They're up 14% today, so they're on their way back. They were down about, like this right here where it says 61 cents. It was down about um $2 or so the other day, so it's gone up significantly again. So it's not bad. The share prices are at 11.77 right now. I currently own 0.797 shares of this stock alone, but I have about 40 some stocks. I mean, even though they're only $1 or so a piece, for the most part, I got plenty of them. And I was just testing my theories to see if I can make a little money in this, but I'm slowly learning more and more, and my brain's picking up algorithms and graphs, figuring out graphs and understanding graphs and what's a good buy and what's not a good buy. And for everyone, that factor could be different. The variables could be different depending on who you are as a person. But I recommend buying in things that you're familiar with. Don't, go outside of your realm of expertise, which I kind of did on this. That's why some of these stocks are below right now, because I took a chance on a lot of companies that I just didn't really know much about, and those ones usually were the ones that didn't succeed. Um, like my other companies did well though. Like today, my AT&T stock went way up. I mean, just off like $10, it went up, about 75 cents, 50 cents, or 75 cents, just off $10. So, and that gain, that 50 or 75 cents, was just accrued profit today. And yeah, I could have stayed in there for a little longer and made a little extra, or maybe lost a little more, but I did what I did, and it worked out pretty good for me. I mean, um, things are pretty good with this app. I really like the way that it's set up. It gives you, companies that you follow. You say you like these companies, and you can check out their statistics. That Virgin Galactic, that's who I lost money on. They went down a lot a while back, and I lost just a couple bucks on that when I first started doing this. But I really wanted to see what kind of return or what kind of stability it holds with my money, because usually I'm just spending my money and then wasting it. I throw it into weed or petty little things, Monster energy drinks, and stuff like that, and I just waste my money away. So I figured now, if I start throwing a little money into this every week, even if I lose a little bit of money, or if I gain money, which would be better. But if I lose or gain money, I'm putting money in a place where it's better safekeeping than in the bank, because I have a more likely probability of earning interest or higher interest on this than I do in a bank. I mean, in a bank, you don't even earn enough interest to cover your inflation. So that's just a big thing that people don't really understand. But yes, the Cash App, I really have been digging it well. As you can see, AT&T went up today. It was a good sell for me. But I just think that, yes, see, this is what it was. I bought it at $10. It got up to 10.54, and then I sold, so I got 5.4%. I mean, that's not bad on a $10 investment, 5.4% in one day. So, you know, that's it. But yeah, the app is good so far. I'm liking it. You don't need a broker. You can be your own broker. That saves a lot of trouble. There is fees. Sometimes there's a government fee when doing a trade. It's usually like a penny on a couple dollars. So maybe like 1% of your trade. So keep that in mind. If your trade isn't significantly valuable enough to you, you got to keep in mind with the government charges. Those are usually, like I said, usually a penny on a dollar, so 1%. So just keep that in mind. So when you're factoring out your percentages, factor in your governmental charges. That's going to happen. It's probably the app or a mix between the app and the government. Either way, you do have to pay for that services. But if you say you spend $1 and it goes up to $1.20, and you have a penny charge, you still made 19 cents on a penny, which that's 19% interest. That's a very, very good investment in my opinion. So, and they got every stock you could think of. I didn't really see no penny stocks on here, so keep an eye out for that. I mean, let me know if anybody sees anything about penny stocks. But yeah, I mean, I'll check out my graphs for the week. I mean, I did go down a little bit, but like I said, I'm just practicing and playing with this. It's my first time investing in stocks, so I think now is better late than never. That's a good thing to say. And yeah, we're at 78, 80, 41. I'll show you um, what the accumulation comes later on. And, this is just fun. This is extra money. I'm retired. I don't need the money. I'm perfectly content with where I'm at in life. But every week when I earn money, I will throw a couple dollars into this. And, I'm only 31, so I got plenty of time to build up these stocks. And this stuff is just going to be go to my nephews. It's not necessarily going to be anything that I decide to keep for myself. I just plan on giving my nephews my password to my brokerage account or my Cash App account with my password, and they can just deduct the stocks or sell my stocks at the fair trade value at the time, and they can cash them out and take the debit card that I have for them. So, just a little savings plan for my nephews. I know it's not much. It might only end up being a couple $1,000s. Maybe it'll be a couple million. Maybe it'll only be what it is today. But either way, today we got something in there. We're invested in a couple different places, Aurora Cannabis. Look, we got 1.2 shares of that. So if you, let's see. If you invested $1,000 in stock a year ago, you would have probably been pretty well off. Let's check it out. So it's $8 a share, and we're up to like $13 a share. So it went, $5. But Aurora Cannabis, I think this is a good one. Either way, just have a little fun with it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna spend time on social media and your phone wasting time just figuring out what everybody else is doing. I mean, do you and figure out what you're doing, you know. What does your portfolio look like? What is your percentages looking like for the day? You know, what is um, you know, your Bitcoin looking like, you know. I mean, this Bitcoin is down, way, way down. It was at about 65,000. That's 65,000. Not even a week ago. And look at it's at right now. It's at 51. So I mean, look at that graph. It's all over the place, but yeah, it's down 51,000 right now. So it was at like 65 last week. You know, this was $1, and that's how much it went down. And Bitcoin. Sorry, with Bitcoin, when you sell, the government fees are like, or the app fees for the app listing the Bitcoin or whatever, and buying and it's selling is like 3 or 4 cents off of uh, a dollar. So it's significantly way higher than stocks. So keep that in mind if you're buying and trading Bitcoin. There's not as much return on the Bitcoin. I mean, there can be money to be made, but just keep in mind it does cost more when you do the trades. So for example, I had my Bitcoin was I bought $1 before or $2 or so, and it got up to about like 220, 230, and then I cashed out. And then I like a day or two later I put another dollar back in just to ride it out again and see kind of what it's up to. I'm not really big into Bitcoin. I don't know enough about the market, but I do know that $50,000 to $65,000. I know $15,000. I'm not a fool for that. So keep that in mind. If you know Bitcoin, if you trust Bitcoin, then invest in it. You know what I mean? For real. Um, for $1, that's about the kind of shares you get. So you don't get shit really, but it's um it is what it is. The good thing about this app is you can straight up buy or sell, your stocks straight off of this. And with the stocks too as well, like say I was buying this Nikola stock right here, I can put in like a buy order. So say I want to buy, go right here and do a custom purchase order, and I can so when the price changes, I can set my price, you know, so when the market hits a certain price, then I can automatically invest. Or I can sell if my stock hits a certain value and I'm not paying attention to my stocks. So you can manage your stock portfolio um, even when you're not available. So that's a good thing. You can have everything on autopilot. I mean, really, that's the key to this stuff is just kind of figuring out what stocks that you prefer, what works for you. Most stocks, like if you think about like Berkshire Hathaway, for instance, this company's got like some substantial growth. Like if we look at their growth charts for a year, they have like some massive, massive gains. So they're at 4,000 or 400,000 a share, and they started at 68,000 a share. So 68,000 to 400,000. I mean, anybody can realize that that is some significant, serious, serious, serious money. So if you would have bought in a couple shares at 68,000 and sold at 406, I mean, you could be making some massive, massive cash. That's retirement. That's millionaire status. I mean, that's some crazy shit right there. So, Warren Buffett, I trust in you. I trust in your company. I think everybody should invest in Berkshire Hathaway if they have the opportunity to. But um, that's about all I got for you today. We'll end with Morgan's maps. If you check it out, they're up 1.4 million%. The stock's at 145 right now, and it started out as a penny stock in 1991. So if you would have bought a penny stock in 1991 and held it till now, they'd be worth $152 a share. That's a share. From a penny to $152. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this shit out. If you jump in the right penny stock, if you jump in the right field, you can make some serious, serious fucking money. So let's see what today, 147, went from about 150 to 147, down a little bit, but not so bad. Um, I'm down about 5 cents off a dollar, but hey, you got to be in it to win it. You got to be in it to play it. So, 3 trillion in assets, JP Morgan. Shout out to JP Morgan and Morgan Company. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions or concerns about the Cash App, please let me know. Or if you'd like any more videos like this, please comment, like, and share. And that's all I got for you today. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.